What's up, everybody? Matt Farah here, and for many years we have believed that the Boxster and Cayman platform is actually better in the canyons than the 911 platform due to its smaller size, right? But the fast 911s, they get turbochargers, whereas the fastest Caymans and Boxsters are all naturally aspirated, even my Demand 4.5. That day is a-changin'. Look, I'm not gonna mess about. I'm just gonna show you the thing that it does. Let's go. Hot diggity dog! Guys, we wouldn't be able to be up on that mountain today with that insane twin-turbo Porsche without today's sponsor, Fanttik. And what you probably don't know about Fanttik, because they've sponsored us before, is that every product that they have sent us has ended up in me and Zach's garages in regular use, including last year's versions of this, the Slim V8 Apex, and this, the X8 Apex tire inflator. I can tell you from personal experience, because I keep both of these in my Porsche Taycan, these are amazing products. The X8 Apex inflates tires so fast. It outputs 150 PSI, and it can inflate 6 whole tires on a single charge. So at home, I'm always adjusting my tire pressures. You set it, you power it on, you walk away. When it gets to that pressure, it shuts off automatically. No more overinflating. It's totally genius, suitable for emergencies, off-roading, and even as a power bank for your phone in an emergency, plus it's got a light. And this Slim V8 Apex vacuum is so clutch. When I get little dirt in crevices of my car and the shifter boot in between the seats, this bendy hose allows me to fit this thing anywhere. Plus, it's 4-in-1. It vacuums, it pumps, it blows, and it can inflate pool toys and sports balls. It comes with all these accessories. These things are amazing, and for Prime Day, they are on sale. So hit that link in the video description, because we have special TST pricing on the Slim V8 Apex and the X8 Apex tire inflator from Fanttik. Zach and I love these things. We're taking both of these home right after this, and you're gonna love them too. Enjoy the rest of today's video. I probably don't have to tell you what's happening there. I'm sure you can hear it. But in case you can't, this is a Cayman GTS with a 991.2 Turbo S complete engine swap. It makes 580 horsepower to the wheels on pump gas with air-to-water intercoolers, some very funky cooling system upgrades, and just yowza, 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 yowza. I mean, just completely out of control. This is a real delight. This thing is absolutely insane. The torque through the power band. It pulls like a McLaren 750, you guys. It probably weighs similar to my car, 3,100 pounds, 3,200 pounds. It has factory air conditioning, factory keyless start, all factory functions work as they're supposed to. Air conditioning, ice cold, and just listen to all of the sounds. And BGB, don't misunderstand this, guys. BGB builds race cars, GT4 cars, Cup cars, Daytona, IMSA, real race cars. So what we're looking at here is true motorsport engineering. Wow. Ironically, It's got kind of a stealth look without a rear wing on the back, but with this kind of power, when you jump off the throttle real hard and jump onto the brakes, you can feel it get a little light at the back. I think I would like a wing. Una wing, por favor. Jesus Christ, though. I mean, and look, I'm on the road. I'm not pushing this car to the limit. On a track, could this potentially be too much power for the chassis? Sure. Is there any reason that I couldn't come out on the road and drive this and have fun? PDK gearbox is doing what it do. This would be bananas with a manual, but actually at this level of power and performance, I think the paddles do it pretty good. This thing is wild though. But it has good balance, it has good response. I can sort of squeeze the pedal a little bit to preload the turbos so that when I come out of the corner, that next level of shove is waiting for me right there. And they're happy to be out here. BGB's from Florida, but they're happy to be out here testing in this dry, high altitude, seeing how the car's cooling system keeps up. Temp's looking pretty good right now.
Well, this is absolutely insane and wonderful. Anytime someone takes arguably the most powerful engine from a company and then puts it in a smaller car or a car that never had that engine to begin with, it's a good thing. But it does require precision. You do need to be a good chemist to mix those things together, because if you do it wrong, you could build something fun, but it might be a car meant for burnout wars. And if the car is a Porsche and not a 66 Nova or even a more modern GTO, function is very important. People want everything to work. That's what the company is known for. It's reliable performance. That's why this thing took so long to develop. The first part is just fitting the engine in. And the owner said that's actually not that challenging. I mean, you do have to fabricate a bunch of things, turn the turbos around, move them, change the housing a little bit, and of course run these different lines for intakes and cold water. The programming though, it took 4 months just to figure out how to tell the car to get out of park. He said if he'd used a manual transmission, he would have been done in a couple of weeks, but with this PDK, 4 months just to get the car out of park. And then another couple of weeks to get everything working. And then one day, something clicked, and all of a sudden, everything works. I would say that these chemists have done a great job of shoehorning this big engine in here. We've got the whistle, the noise, intake, exhaust, explosions, backfires. Wow. Wow. This is one of the most visceral experiences I've ever had in a car. I'm really, really grateful that they upgraded the brakes too. The brakes are basically what you get in a Cup car. They're Clubsport brakes, but they have a very special pad on them made literally just for us because they knew that we would complain if the pads were squeaky. So, Carbotech made a one-off pad for this race caliper that doesn't squeak. It's a one-off because most people that put these brakes on their car are going racing and they don't care if the car squeaks because it's loud, like this one. But They know us well. Suspension components are all Clubsport stuff. That means the toe links, the suspension arms, that's all motorsport grade. But they wanted to go with an OEM damper. So the spring and the shock are from the GT4RS. That allows us to keep the little adaptive button here. Because if we went to a full Clubsport suspension, you wouldn't be able to have that option. I have to say, ride's pretty good. It's not that stiff. Honestly, softer than a GT3 that we've had up here before. And this is in firm mode. If I soften it up, it rides even nicer. You know? Pretty impressive. And I love that he went with a light wheel with big sidewall. That helps the ride compliance. But this thing is now making way more torque, further down on the rev range than the stock engine. And of course, way more power. And it's still on a stock turbo tune. You could fiddle some keys and make more power. The sounds. Oh my God, the sounds are amazing. Look. Yeah, we got a McLaren 650 experience, but in a Porsche package with 2 trunks, and it looks like fairly subtle, intakes aside, but man, the sound of this thing. Nothing subtle about that. This is something else. Very different from Matt's demand engine. I mean, this is, a lot of people are making big bore NA engines now, and there's a place for them for sure. This is a different kind of excitement. It's a different kind of speed. And I'm really glad that there's chemists and mechanical surgeons out there like this. Woo!
Wow. Nasty. Yeah. John says, BGB says, $100,000 plus an engine. Not plus a car, plus an engine. I don't know what that really means. I'll try to figure out what the pricing really means and maybe talk about it on the podcast or something. But let's talk about dynamics. Oh boy, it's fast. It rides well. Your PASM, your Sport Plus, all that works. Your drive modes work. Everything seems factory except the sound, which is insane, and the power, which is insane. And yeah, shout out to BGB Motorsports. Shout out to Mitch McKee for letting us have a go. Damn! New king of Cayman Mountain has arrived.
And remember, always fight your tickets on the Off the Record app available in the Android and iOS store, or go to offtherecord.com/TST.